So, of course, this is the semi-final of the ESL Euroseries. This is game number 2 of a best of 3, of a best of 5. And I'll explain all that in a second, but first, spawning in the top position as the blue Zerg player, representing Team Acer. She's Scarlett. And her opponent to the south, the pink Zerg, from mYi. Losing game number 1, but no doubt going to be trying to level it out to force that ace match. It's DaNa. So I did touch on, during those intros, the fact that this is game 2 of a best of 3 of a best of 5, which may be a bit confusing. So I'm going to make it simple. These two players, Scarlett and DaNa, they are going to be playing a best of 3. The winner of that, best of 3, scores their team a point in the best of 5 that the teams are playing in the clan war. So it's the first team to get 3 wins. It's that simple, just like any other best of 3. That could be from 3 games, that could be from 5 games. We know the lineup, both teams with incredible players. Nurchio, Scarlett for Acer, Jack G Stardust for mYi, duking it out, Kane as well. We've got lots of great people on both teams. Nice little star coming out here from DaNa, always worth noting. Scarlett going to be switching things up this game compared to the first, going for a spawning pool opening as opposed to the hatch first, whereas DaNa switching roles completely as well, going to go for a hatchery first rather than the pool first he did in game number 1. So both deciding the other's build was looking pretty fly and going to give it a try. The difference is the map, and this could influence why we saw Scarlett go for a pool first, and also the fact that it's game number 2. The map is shorter in terms of a rush distance than Frost, and it's also a 2-player map. And what that means is that if DaNa was going for an early pool play, we may have seen some Zerglings getting across the map quite quickly. So Scarlett didn't want to hatch first, instead wanted to get the spawning pool down, just to be a tad more secure. And that's a smart play. If you're game up, you don't want to lose to something like that. For DaNa, going the hatch first is also quite safe. Yes, it is hard to defend should Scarlett have gone for a lot of pressure, but considering Scarlett was a game up, it's usually expected that actually your opponent might go for the early cheese, because game number 1, Scarlett played a very standard ZvZ and it worked very well for her. Why mix it up? Why try and do something risky that may not work out right for you if you won game 1 playing pretty safe and pretty steady? And that's really what Scarlett's mindset is likely to be here, that I might as well just go through it again, go to Madals. I had nice trades, I was just a little bit ahead, and I kept that edge. If I do that once again in game number 2, I then win the first point for Acer. I get my team 1 series closer to qualifying for the finals of the ESL Euroseries. As I mentioned in the first game, it is a prestigious tournament. Money on the line, honor on the line, and it's the sort of thing which really, there's no doubt about it. It's then who is the best team in Europe. And that is a big title to hold. Mouse, mYi, mYi, and of course Acer all going for that. The winner will have gloating rights for quite a while. For the moment, DaNa is just moving in with a couple of lings. Will snipe off a single drone. Nice pick off there. Also gets the scout. 2 lings go down. 2 lings for a drone is a good trade for DaNa, even though the resources lost is equal. Zerglings don't make you anything. They don't gather you any resources, so it's a bigger loss for Scarlett. Scarlett, though, following up with a Baneling Nest. We also see that DaNa has got his Baneling Nest down too. It's worth noting that all of the players from Acer and also mYi are keeping a close eye on this game. They know that this first series could set the tone of how the rest of this team war will go. And they want to win it. I've spoken to both sides. They know what's on the line. And that's why we're going to see them play so hard right now. But DaNa moving in once more with just a couple of lings. It will secure another drone kill. A Baneling detonation coming through too. Gets another drone there. Defensive Banelings are in place now for Scarlett. Back at home for DaNa. Spinecaller coming down. DaNa ahead now. 31 to 23 drones. He's managed to take out 7 drones that Scarlett had produced. That's actually a big difference at this stage of a ZvZ. DaNa realizing though a counterattack is on its way, rushing down a Roach Warren. Those Roaches going to be effective against the Banelings, and if he can get enough out, it'll be effective up against these Lings. The Spine Crawler going to help massively too, but DaNa with just 2 Banelings currently on the field, needs to use them so carefully. 2 banelings kill banelings, so he could detonate the entire group. He could try and prioritize them, going down on Scarlett's Zerglings. 1 manual detonation is quite nice. Another detonation hits all of those banelings. Good control there by DaNa. DaNa going to be chasing down that army, but lets a big baneling detonation go down. Not the smoothest play, but now picking up all of these banelings will make it worthwhile. For the moment, this aggression has been shut out. Scarlett, though, just as we saw in game number 1, getting ahead in terms of that lair timing. It's already nearly complete before even a lair starts over for DaNa, and that could be problematic should we see Mutalisks come out again. However, with the roach running down and 6 roaches in production, DaNa very well may go for a good approach to an opponent who's teching heavily. Go and kill him. It works nicely. If they're dead, that tech they've invested in isn't going to really help them in the late game, because they will never get there. 12 roaches, 6 more lings. This looks like a big roach baneling all in. And remember, a spire that Scarlett has just started is going to take another 80 seconds to complete, and then Mutalisks are going to have to come out on top of it, and then those Mutalisks aren't going to be very numerous and therefore won't trade head on very well. DaNa, though, moving across the map now. These roaches really going to be the tank up line. Going to try and soak up the damage from these banelings, or baneling, that Scarlett currently has out. Scarlett's overlords, though, seeing this push coming, realizes how desperately important it is to defend. Emergency spine call is going to be coming down. Will they be enough, though? That's what you've got to keep an eye on. DaNa moving forward now. Many banelings morphing in. There's 13 in total. 8 more banelings morphing, though, for DaNa. It's going to be a very close fight. The roaches, if they spread nicely, can soak up so many of these baneling hits. Need to focus it down. The first detonations are coming through. Defensive banelings being used. Both sides taking significant losses on the baneling front, but the roaches are still there. The spine callers in the back are not yet finished. Scarlett being forced to pull a couple of drones, trying to buy time for those spines. So while a few drones have been sacrificed, DaNa has not done critical damage yet. However, those Zerglings ran up into the main base. Drones are going to start dying. Reinforcements will quickly get popped down by Scarlett, but already the damage is getting done. While the spire is complete, there's not much gas available. Only 5 mutas getting produced because so much gas was tied up in those defensive banelings that Scarlett had to get due to the emergency situation and the defense that was required from DaNa's play. DaNa, though, is still only on hatchery tech. There is no lair. That was pretty much an all-in. And in terms of damage, while 22 drones were killed, Scarlett is only 2 workers down on her opponent. That is not a good place because her tech is up. Her supply is up. Everything going Scarlett's way now. DaNa had one opportunity with the build that he decided to go for to end it out or deal critical damage, and unfortunately it does not seem that he was able to do so. Droning heavily now to try and catch that up, throwing down a couple of spine callers in order to defend against the Mutalisks, but as the lair is not even done yet for DaNa, he's so far away from producing his own Mutalisks that Scarlett is going to start picking away at Overlords. Will take command of the entire map, get that control, get that vision, and keep the harassment going. So while DaNa is going to get supply block from that Overlord, it's only a little one. 4 more Overlords are in production, the rest all going to go and hug up against a spine crawler. Smart move doing that, you don't want to have them picked off. But DaNa just has to be so defensive. Scarlett has got complete control of the map. While the Queens and Spores will be able to hold off the Mutalisks for the while, Scarlett is just going to go and start expanding everywhere possible. Down comes the hatchery at the 3rd base, and with that extra income in about 100 seconds, so about 60 seconds of real time. And now with that 3rd coming down, that wouldn't be a huge problem if DaNa could take his 3rd. But because the Mutalisks are out, and DaNa doesn't have his own Mutalisks or any anti-air other than Queens and Spores, which are very immobile, well, Scarlett can just prevent a 3rd from being produced, and that's going to give her a massive income advantage, especially if she can keep moving in and picking off things like extractors, transfuses even being used. That just demonstrates how important this extractor has and will be for DaNa. But DaNa managing to keep it up. A good number of Queens are there, even managing to take out a single Mutalisk in exchange for the attempt to snipe it off. While keeping it up, I'd say that's a good bit of work by DaNa there. Taking a peek at the resources lost, 4,500 for DaNa compared to 3,700 for Scarlett, but Scarlett's 3rd is nearly completed. DaNa, in a bit of a emergency move, I might add, isn't going for his own mutas. He's going instead for Hydralisks. That aids with the defense. But in a head-to-head fight, while the Hydras will fare quite well, the Mutalisk numbers are just going to start skyrocketing, especially with that third now completed. DaNa, though, is looking to end out this game yet again by going for a Nidus Worm. Getting a Nidus Worm down means quick reinforcements for a start, but also means a lot of pressure, and defender's advantage evaporates. But not only does the defender's advantage go, also goes the map dominance. Goes the mobility advantage that these Mutalisks have, because suddenly DaNa is the one who's able to jump around the map from defending to attacking, and that's what he really wants to achieve. Scarlett, though, with roach speed coming down, +1 missile attack, and also the Baneling speed, realizes something must be up. Love this placement, by the way, of a Nidus Worm. Very unlikely to see an Overlord here. Overlords around here are quite likely, simply because that's where attacks could be coming from. That's where things like Niduses could get placed. But down the back, you don't need to check there, because you don't need to see anything moving across from here. You know you're safe, because it's ice back there in your natural base. Nothing can get past your third. I should be absolutely okay. But, as we're seeing, not working out that well. Scarlett, though, does have a single Zergling, unfortunately tucked a bit far back to be able to see it, but notices now mass queens going on in the Mutalisks, and all of these roaches and banelings trying to get back into a safer spot. There's a good amount of defense here. If the banelings are able to detonate on the Hydras, it will be huge damage. The queen's gonna need to transfuse. Now we see that going down, but the banelings deal such massive burst damage. Forward pushes Scarlett. DaNa GG's out, and Scarlett will take this series 2-0.